Hello everyone, it's Mithril, and this is episode 1 of me trying to learn how to draw. And today I'm going to be focusing on starting from the very beginning. And the reason I want to do this is because I never learned. I've always looked at these things, I've seen the videos about how to hold your pencil or how to draw from your shoulder, and I kind of just ignored it because it was hard, and I didn't want to deal with learning something new. But since I am dedicating myself to this, I'm gonna do it. So this first video is how to hold and control your pencil by Proko. He is an amazing instructional artist, and this is a video on holding the pencil in this sort of overhand grip and not using your wrist for the control in the line, because it gives you less control over a large space like this whole page. Using your wrist works for maybe a letter or a word, but these long lines will become out really choppy if you try to draw them in these short bursts. So as you can see, I'm having a lot of trouble trying to get the lines right. I don't think in this whole time I can draw one perfectly straight line, and that's fine because I'm learning. Before, this discouraged me so much that after trying it for 5 seconds, I would give up and go back to drawing how I was before. But now I really, truly want to learn how to draw the right way. Then I go and try to do more of the line exercises. As you can see, even though I'm trying my best to draw straight lines, they aren't really coming out. Now here I'm trying to draw 2 dots and connect them. And I'm doing them in a couple different angles to try and figure out what's the most natural and best way to draw the line. I've always heard that you have the most control bringing the line toward you, and I was trying to test that out. I'm not sure if I learned anything. So then I moved on to Draw-A-Box, which is a resource I've always heard about, again, but I never utilized because I don't know, I wanted to move on to the exciting stuff. I want to draw figures and characters, and I guess I went too fast. And now I need to come back, slow down, and come back to the basics. So this is lesson 1, and this is exercise 1 of part 1 of the lesson, Superimpose Lines, where I draw a straight line and try to trace over it 8 times, staying as close to the line as I can. The trick is you don't want to go too fast or you'll overshoot and become inaccurate. You don't want to go too slow either, otherwise you get a sort of wavy, gross looking line. And he also, Uncomfortable, the creator of these lessons, recommends using a pen so you can't hide your mistakes, and also not using a sketch pad, otherwise you might feel like the drawing is too precious to really mess up the page. I didn't really have that problem. I'm totally fine with messing up all my sketchbooks, but the thing that got me was how whenever I drew a line, it kind of created a groove in the page, and the next line I would draw would kind of follow that groove. So I guess that might be something to watch out for. I had a lot more trouble on these curved lines than with the straight ones. I feel like I might have gone too far in the angles on some, because they weren't meant to be drawn in one single stroke. And lastly, I decided to draw something for myself that I thought was cute. So I went back to the cartoony chibi style of Yasmina Creates from the tutorial that I followed, and I tried to draw something. Like I said, I'm not very experienced at all in actually going from the sketch to the line art to the actual rendering process. I didn't do this very much at all before, and I remember watching a video on how you have to practice all parts of drawing or you won't get better at it. I am gonna do that now. Like, when's a better time to start than now? So as you can see, while I was lining it, somehow part of her face disappeared and her neck got really long. I don't know what happened there. And I have these Faber Castell Polychromos. I feel really bad for owning them and using them because I can't do them justice. They were actually a gift, but I still feel bad for using them because I can create, elementary level art using these beautiful professional art supplies. It's really depressing. But I'm just hoping that I can get better. And that is the conclusion of day 1. All of this stuff took 2 hours and 16 minutes, so don't worry if your stuff is taking a while. It just takes time. And here's day 2. Uncomfortable, the creator of Drawbox, recommends that you do an exercise that you've done for 10 to 15 minutes as a warm-up before you draw. And I was trying to use some sort of plastic cover underneath to prevent the lines getting embedded into the paper. It didn't really work out. And for this day, I really wanted to draw some people. So I went on Reddit and went to r/RedditGetsDrawn, and I found these 2 pictures that I really liked. So I did ask the owners of the pictures for their permission to be used in this video, and I sent them a message. I was like, hey, can I draw your picture in a YouTube video? And they responded really enthusiastically. They were like, yes, of course, that would be so exciting. And then I felt kind of bad, because I was like, oh no, I feel like I tricked them into thinking that I was good at this. But anyway, here it is. It's been so long since I've actually tried to draw things because I felt so unconfident. All I could think was, I need to practice more before I can draw, because otherwise my drawings will be bad. Which is kind of silly to say, because how am I going to improve if I don't keep drawing? I had a little trouble doing the lining for this. I don't have a lot of practice doing lining at all. I feel like pencil is so forgiving. You can just erase any mistakes you make. But with a pen, once it hits the paper, you can't take it back. And I want to take it back a lot of times. And of course, I have to mess up the writing, and I had to try again on the top. So I was just thinking I could crop that out later. And I chose this next picture because I really wanted to do more of a close-up on the face. It's one of my favorite things to draw, even though I'm not very good at it. And I also thought this picture was beautiful, except I don't know how to draw smiles either. I've never been able to do it successfully from memory. Drawing from a reference is a lot easier than drawing anything from memory. And I've just sort of avoided drawing things that were hard for me, which, again, is a horrible idea. For this picture, I wanted to do a little more of a realistic coloring, so I didn't want to line it. I just wanted to do the colors like I've seen other people do. I couldn't really find a good yellow for the blonde in the hair, so I tried doing it in gray first, which I felt looked okay. And here's when I'm watching a YouTube video, and I know that it looks derpy right now, but they're gonna turn it around and it's gonna look great. Except I'm the one here drawing it, and I don't know how to turn this around. So yeah, struggle. I try to write the name again, I fail, and then I write it on the bottom, and decide I can crop that out. And then I decided to do, I don't know, another cute cartoon figure. This one is a self-portrait, so maybe I can say that this is me apologizing to the people in the pictures for not portraying them correctly. And that is day 2. All of this, it took an hour and 55 minutes. So day 3, I did more Drawbox. This is exercise 2 about ghosting lines. Basically, you draw 2 dots and you go over the line as if you're gonna draw it, but without putting your pen down. And this is supposed to help you gain that confidence it takes to put the line down without wavering and without going over where you want to go. I did have some trouble with this exercise because, again, I've always heard that you're supposed to pull the line toward your body, but Uncomfortable, the creator, he said that he recommends drawing in a diagonal close to your body from your non-dominant side in a diagonal away from you toward the dominant side. And I tried that and I really liked how it felt. It felt really smooth and confident, but the thing was, I couldn't see the other dot underneath my hand, and so I kept on going to the wrong place. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I'm probably doing it wrong because he said to do it this way, but that's what I was trying to figure out. And this is the next exercise, the planes exercise. Basically, you draw 4 dots, connect them, connect the corners, and then draw halfway marks for each square in perspective. For these, I really tried to experiment with my line drawing, pulling it toward me, pulling it sideways, away from me, the way that he said, because I wanted to see what works the best. And again, I don't want to do things that are just easy or comfortable for me. I want to do things that will help me improve. As you can see, I'm having struggles. Some of these are because I was trying to pull the pen away from me and I couldn't see the dot, so I just overshot or undershot. And some of them are just, I tried to draw it and it didn't work for reasons unknown. I think it's just because I haven't built up the muscle memory. I can't draw properly with my shoulder, like the hand-eye coordination isn't quite there yet. I guess hopefully that's it, because those are all fixable. So then this is page 2 of the same exercise. Hopefully there's actually a marked difference between the first page and the second page, because I would like to think that spending, I don't know, 30 to 45 minutes doing something will make you better at it. All of this stuff is all the practice that I'm doing. I'm not going to cut out any of my mistakes. I'm not going to cut out all the boring exercises, drawing lines and shapes and stuff, because I feel like there's not enough of this out there. I'm not a good artist who can point to my other works and say, oh, look, I was crappy here, but look at all this other stuff that I've done before. It redeems me. Because I'm not there yet. And that's okay. There's a difference between practice and performance. And it's okay not to be performing all the time. Practice is where you get to make mistakes, and you get to try again. And you don't have to show anyone if you don't want to. But to not do that at all is a mistake. And this is the effort it takes to get past this stage and move on to being a better artist. And so for the end of this day, I actually drew this picture off a store, a Lolita clothing store, because I love Lolita clothes. I just don't exactly have the money to afford it, but I guess drawing it is the next best thing. And I thought it was a lot of fun. I feel like the dress was beautiful, the model was beautiful, except I don't really think I did her the justice she deserved. And also, sorry for some of the important parts of footage getting cut out. I am having struggles with my camera, which is my phone, which is an old iPhone, which keeps crashing. I'm sure you understand. It's just the face was so derpy, and I need to work on that. And also, I don't know how to use colored pencils, so that might have been a problem too. Maybe I should stick to grayscale for a drawing in the future, so I can really work on my values and stuff. Anyways, this was day 3 of my practice, and that took 2 hours and 2 minutes. And so in total, all of these videos together took 6 hours and 13 minutes. So don't worry if you are taking a lot of time and you feel like these exercises should be so simple and wanting to rush through them. Practice, it just takes time. And so I want to encourage you to just start doing. Just start. All I did was draw lines, but now I'm better at drawing lines, and drawing is full of lines. Whatever you're learning, start doing it instead of waiting for a good time, like I did, which was never, and now I have to start over. Don't be like me. See y'all next episode.